Hey folks, I'm going to call to order the meeting of the Vermillion County Alcoholic Beverage Board. Let the record reflect that it is March 12th, 2026. It is 10:39. We are starting a little late due to some technical difficulties. Like the county doesn't have internet. I'm Officer Gillum. I work with State Excise Police. I'll be leading this meeting. These are our board members. If you'd like to introduce yourselves real quick.
Peggy Parsons Palmer.
Cindy Bush, Cynthia Myers.
Okay. Dustin, you're here for a new application, so I do need you to take an oath. So if you would please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the answers you've given on your application or any testimony you give to questions asked by the board be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can have a seat. Okay, board members, we have renewals today, no parent violations for the Geneva Hills Golf Club, Geneva Hills Road, Clinton. Permit number RR 8391007. Buck's Convenience Store in Clinton, East State Road 163.
Yeah.
Permit number DLA 333216. And the Newport Corner Bar on South Vermillion Street in town. Permit number RR 8342265. You guys have any questions, concerns, or motions regarding those?
I'll make a motion to approve all.
A second.
Moved and seconded for approval. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion will carry. Sorry, I'm jumping databases. All right, Dustin, you want to just come on up here and introduce yourself to the board and we'll talk about what's going on. Okay, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Dustin Cardwell. I own the 234 Barn Grill in Cayuga.
Okay.
And
You've been operating for how long?
I bought it, I think, in 24.
Okay. And you've had a beer and wine license for that point.
Yeah.
Today you're back, you've applied for an additional rider on top of that for a 210-1, which adds liquor sales, but no carryout.
Yeah.
So the application permit number for that one is RR 8343276. So kind of an odd situation here, but when I was going through our database, I discovered that there was an open investigation against Dustin for falsification of the original application. We talked about this a little bit before the meeting. He is going to be issued a violation today for falsifying the original application. And that is specifically related to not disclosing criminal convictions. I was trying to get into our database. I have 4 pages of documents, and I don't know if those are all related to the same cases or if there's 4 separate incidents, and I just don't have the reception here to get it open. So if you would kind of explain what those are, what happened.
Actually, I actually went to a lawyer and had him fill all this out. So honestly, I'll be truthful. I didn't read anything. I signed it. I'll just be totally honest with you guys. So I got 2 DUI. Since I have a CDL, it went to a felony. So that's basically probably what you're looking at.
So when were the CD or when were the OWIRS?
I can't tell you that one. It's over 7 years. It's been a while,
I thought I saw the date 2018.
but I can't quote.
Well, no, I mean, can you roughly, I know you don't want to say anything that may not be accurate.
Yeah, I don't, but yeah, I had 2 of them, so.
Okay, actually, I almost see the stuff on the phone. So this one looks like it was ordered in April of 2018, so settled, guilty plea, operating motor vehicle with an alcohol level above 0.15, which is a level 6 felony. Did you do any time in the Department of Corrections or was that suspended?
I didn't have to do it any time.
Okay, so it was suspended for 760 days. Does that sound about right?
Probably. I know both of them, I got probation. The first one, I think I had community service fines, but that was basically what I got.
And to be clear, I mean, he did say that he had a lawyer, and there was a lawyer who did sign off on the application, but the line directly above where the lawyer signs is the applicant testifying that, or also signing that everything in the application, even though he did not prepare it, is accurate. So I don't know if your attorney didn't ask you these questions or if you didn't tell him about it, but at some point there would have had to have been a conversation about.
No, I never got asked it. He asked me, I would have told him, I don't have nothing to hide on it.
It would seem odd that an attorney who's signing off on this
Yeah.
wouldn't even ask you. There's a specific question is. Has he been convicted of a misdemeanor or whatever? Yeah, so it looks like there might have been multiple. Did you fill out the current application as well?
He did.
And that's what I was wanting to get in.
The lawyer did?
Yeah, it's electronic signature, so
On the paper application, it was paper, the original one.
the original first one
So you signed it in ink.
in office probably, but I know the second one, it just said electronic signature.
Yeah, it was an online form. So what we run into is like sometimes this is accidental, it's not intentional. Sometimes it's intentional because if somebody knows that if they disclose something, it could prevent them from getting a license. So that's why sometimes it becomes an issue. That's why we're issuing a violation for failure to do that. It is a felonious act to falsify an application. That's why we have signatures on it. I should never sign anything again without reading it.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to say I'm guilty of that too,
Mhm.
especially if there's all this stuff. Um,
And you would pay that online, sir.
The state will contact you and explain that there'll be a chance for an appeal hearing down in Indianapolis if you like it. And if you think you've got some defense to it.
I'd be honest, I'd rather just pay it and be done with it.
So I'll put together a report. I'll send it down to the state. And they will send you initially an offer of settlement. And this is what we determined. Is your business family dining 21 and over?
Yeah,
Which one?
it's a family dining.
So you do full tabs?
No, I haven't done any full tabs.
No smoking. Smoking's out the back, right?
Yes.
So even on the second application for this particular permit, have any individuals with interest in this permit been convicted of a felony or misdemeanor? And it was checked no. So technically, so the violation that you're getting today is for your original application, and I think for the tobacco certificate as well. That's where it all started. But then technically it's happened a second time on this application. So with the board being here to consider whether or not we give you an application or give you another permit. I don't tell you, because it doesn't, being an officer who's dealt with this stuff for 20 years, intentional or not, it happened and it does create problems. Board members, what do you guys think? So you said you had one in 2018. What do you think the other one was?
Take a guess on that one.
to before or after,
What's that name?
was it before or after the 2018 one?
And
Was the first one converted to a felony because of a CDL,
the second one, I believe.
because it was second offense, or?
I don't really remember, being honest with you.
It probably is. If you said the other one is before,
Mhm.
so it would be your second offense.
I don't know how they handle that with CDLs, but I know they handle it quite seriously.
Huh?
Okay, so the first one was in 2015.
Could be. I don't say one way or the other, I don't remember.
19 to 2015. So you applied for so sometimes we see these where people don't disclose it, but it comes back to like a 2008, 2000, I mean, something from way back. And I didn't even know that I had to disclose that. It would not have been, in those cases, it wouldn't be a disqualification. There's two things we're dealing with. Is the violation, the OWI in this case, is it a disqualifier? You have to forgive me, I cannot remember if a level 6 felony or if it's a level 5. One of them is a disqual. But then when we go to the character of the business, which if we have a person with 2 OWIs in recent history, do we want to give them an alcohol permit? So it's a slightly different matter. One would be criminal, one would be more discretionary.
Was that ever wiped off of his record? I mean, it's been like 2018.
They say you live with them the rest of your life.
Felonies.
Well, I mean,
No.
so 2000, so it's interesting because let's say these were 2015 and 2018. He applied for the permit in 2024. So it would have been what? 6 years and 8 years prior to that. So to that point, he had no other issues, run-ins with the law up to that point. Okay. And you're working for the unions. Which one?
1393 out of Indianapolis.
What is that?
I'm
Electrical,
not actually a line worker. Lineman.
and I'm assuming they drug test and run very strict.
I don't drink anymore, if you really want to know. After 2 of them, the price I pay, I don't drink. So
So 2 things to consider. Like I mentioned earlier, the falsification of an application is a felonious offense. That would require us charging you criminally with that. I don't think we're doing that. It's going to be handled administratively. It could be up to $1,000 fine. So what the board has to do is, we're just dealing with the new application. Do we want to give them another permit on top of the existing license?
So what he's trying to get the license for is hard liquor.
Yeah.
Not just beer and wine.
Yep. And it's a complicated process, but all of the 3-way permits, which are beer, wine, and liquor restaurant licenses in Cayuga, are gone. The state created something called a 210-1, which adds liquor without the carryout privilege, so they can't sell to go. But because it's not available under quota, you have to buy a permit that is subject to quota. So in this case, the beer and wine license that he's held. Beer and wine license now for an extra $1,000, he's adding liquor. So it's always confusing to explain, so.
the only reason, like I said, the only reason I don't want it is because when the women come in and sit down and eat, they want their mixed drinks. That's the only reason.
So thoughts, I know this is your first board meeting.
It's a family it's a family restaurant, right?
They do have a bar area as well, but, what's your food sales as a percentage?
Um,
Do you actually run this?
I actually have someone else that runs, come out of town all week.
Yeah, who's the man? Oh,
I have a new one. Her name is Sarah Dunn.
have you filed paperwork for her?
Not yet.
Okay.
But we will be.
So with a manager, because you're granting somebody else the legal authority to operate your permit as an owner,
Mhm.
you have to send in the manager's questionnaire form disclosing that. That's another violation, and that covers both of you.
Mhm.
So like if she's trying to order alcohol through a distributor, if they don't see any evidence that she has the authority to do so, they may not deliver it to her.
Mhm.
So if she's been there for a while, I suspect that they are. But what happens, it doesn't always, if something goes wrong and you're the one, and the business ends up with a bunch of violations in your absence, it's your permit, your responsibility, and I've seen managers lose licenses for owners. So you can't just say, I didn't know what she was doing. I mean, you're signing a legal document granting your authority. So interestingly,
We did that last time and it will be done again.
yeah, that's right. Who were the other 2?
The other one was, Yeah, Angie Williamson.
Yes. No longer there?
No.
Okay. So there was, what is it, 6 and 8 year time gap between the application in 24 and the convictions. I don't know how these were missed on 3 separate applications, but I would have a real stern conversation with your attorney.
I'm going to when I leave.
Yeah.
Or-
I said, I think you should get a new lawyer.
When we were considering the original application, would these have made a difference? Would we have granted it had these been disclosed and had we known it? Being that they would have only been handled
Most
years
likely.
prior.
I
Yeah.
think we would have one.
So we're not dealing with the renewal. That permit stands as it is for now. So would we give him a second permit on top of that now?
When he fills out this second permit, he's gonna have to check the gas box.
He already filled it out and checked no.
Oh,
That's the problem.
Okay, so if we deny the new one,
Mhm.
is the old one? Is he safe with the old one, or is there a
He's
chance
safe
he could lose?
He's
it
safe until he
because
comes back for renewal. When it comes back for renewal, we have the option, because at that point, there will be a violation against it for falsification of application. And we would have the right to deny it at that point.
in renewal?
Yeah. But I don't know when your current permit expires. Do you know?
It's coming up, to be honest with you.
And you understand.
I totally understand
Situation.
what it is. I mean,
I'll make a motion to approve.
You want to approve this one?
Yes.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor of approving this one, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Where are you?
I'm opposed.
Okay, so we have a split vote. 2 of us are approving it, 2 of us are denying it. This is gonna go to the commission. They're gonna watch the video. They're gonna make the determination. Just as a matter of proceeding, when we're dealing with a new application, there's only a handful of reasons we can deny it. So we will have to cite one of these. Number 1, the applicant does not maintain a high and fine reputation in the community. Number 2, the applicant does not, there's no need for the services of the applicant at the proposed location. The neighborhood and or community does not desire the services. Number 4, services at the proposed location would have a negative impact on other businesses in the neighborhood as well as a negative impact on the neighborhood in general. Number 5, the permit premises located within 200 feet of a church or school. And number 6, permit premises located in a residential area. So I'm gonna, with the understanding that everybody has to fill these out accurately and cannot disclose, like failure to disclose stuff, I'm gonna use number 1 in my motion to deny this one. The applicant does not maintain a high and fine reputation in the community. And it's just specifically related to the completion of these applications. I think if you had been honest and disclosed these in the beginning, you wouldn't even be here. You would have denied the permit and that would have been it. So the commission will make a decision on this one. When your renewal comes back, we're probably gonna have a very similar conversation. Talk to your lawyer. I don't know how we got to this point, but you may have that as defense. If nothing else, we could allow you to keep that license and then revisit this in a year. That'll be another option. We're dealing with the new permit, if we approve it, it's for 2 years. When we come back with the renewal of the other permit, we have the ability to do a 1-year renewal, which is like an informal probation. If the denial stands on this permit, you have to wait 1 year before you reapply for it,
as my beer and wine or the alcohol.
the liquor one.
You get to keep your beer and wine.
Yeah. What if I since I'm asking, I'll just be honest, what if I put my license in someone else's name?
So a felony.
Without the felony.
That's a felony to falsify an application.
No,
If you want to straight up sell the business and
I mean,
transfer,
it's like my manager. So my manager is my girlfriend. It's gonna be my wife before long. If it's in her name.
anybody with financial interest in the business has to be disclosed. You have a financial interest in the business.
Mhm.
Failing to disclose yourself to get around
No, that's what I was asking.
That would get you in more trouble.
Okay, then,
So we're not doing.
no, thank you for saying that. We won't. So that's why I was asking if there's, so no, that's not an issue. We won't do it.
Yeah,
We'll-
it's a fair question.
But no, we'll go through the procedure and do what we're supposed to, and
Sorry you're in this situation, but it is what it is.
it is.
And is she local and gonna be on site running it?
Shoot, yes,
Okay,
yes,
so you live local, you just travel for work.
yes.
Got it. Okay, so the commission will review this. I forget when they meet.
What do I need to do to,
They'll meet on the 17th. You don't have to be there. It's not open. The public can sit there, but there's no time for comment. They will make a decision. They will notify you by mail.
Mhm.
If they're gonna uphold our decision. If they choose to uphold the denial, there'll be a chance to appeal it. If you want to get into that, have your lawyer testify that this was all his fault and,
Yeah, the chance of that's at least
I
one
can
minute.
guarantee that one.
okay.
But I'll talk to him.
And if nothing else, he probably ought to be completely aware that he needs to ask these questions. There are certain attorneys who work in the alcohol field and they know very well how this all happens and works and they know to ask these questions and to run background checks because people will lie to them. I don't know, I don't recognize this name, so he may just be dipping his toes in the water, so to speak. And
Richard Holmes, I mean, he's been in Covington for a long time.
yeah, but he's practicing alcohol.
No, probably.
That's
Just
actually,
record law.
yeah, they're all so many separate distinct disciplines that, but I mean, still, he should know to be asking these questions and maybe he did. I don't know. At any rate, that'll conclude the meeting. You and I still have to fill out the existing violation and we'll go from there. So, any questions?
You guys answer them pretty well.
Okay.
Basically come back and track it.
Yeah, board members, anything else before I make a motion to adjourn? I'll make a motion to adjourn then.
Second.
Moved and seconded for adjournment. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Meeting is adjourned.